an opportunity to call on all the stakeholders and the government at large to speed up the processes and do whatever is required to ensure that every Nigerian is able to get this level of care, and we can only achieve that through the health insurance scheme.
Sadly, a teacher and a vigilante boy paid the ultimate price. At Iselazaba, the family members of 19-year-old Ifani Chuku are in a state of mourning. Their son's brave efforts to rescue the abducted teachers have been ironically rewarded with death following a stray bullet.
So this is a blow to me, because it's my son.
Elsewhere in Agbo, same story of shock and anguish for family and friends of 55-year-old basic technology teacher Victor Oriahi. He could not make it beyond the theater after a fatal bullet wounds.
But it is very much pathetic to know that he left about 9 children, including the wife, who are here mourning their father.
He said he's going to school. But if he came back, he's going to give me money for school fees and their roommates. I came that day. They said he's in hospital. The next morning I prepared to go to school. That was when they told us that he's dead.
Though the state government is already taking responsibility for medical bills of the surviving victims, the whole incident is now a detective theory. Authorities at the state police headquarters are not willing to divulge any information until after investigation. This has, however, not allayed the fears of members of Iselazaba community, especially when the motives behind the attack is not yet known.
If not for the intervention of the police and the army and this vigilante, everybody is scared because they will know what happened that on Monday.
Till now, if you are walking, you'll be looking at your barcode to know who is following you.
For the victims and the likes of Ngozi Chidinma and co-students, they hope that the road to justice will not take longer than necessary as school resumes.
Victims and the bereaved have a lot of healing to do, and we intend to bring updates whenever they come. Wars and disasters are among reasons why children get separated from their families. However, in this story you're about to watch, the children were separated from their loved ones by a syndicate that specialized in the abduction and sale of children. Thankfully, the Kano State Police Command cracked down on the activities of the syndicate and rescued the children. Fatima Aliyu will update us on how the children and their families are savoring the reunion. The abducted children. His rescue led the police to unravel the abduction of 8 other children picked at different locations in Kano. This is Yankab Markets in the heart of Kano, where Aruna Sagar, a 3-year-old, was abducted a few meters away from their house by a known person who has been in the area for about 20 years.
At the time my son, I didn't see him, so the thing is paying me. Since that day, my father and mother upon me, I never entered the bad situation for that time.
The story is no different at the residence of Malam Hawal Murtala in Kawu Quarters, whose 5-year-old daughter Amira was abducted over a month ago until the syndicate was busted last week.
Amira is always with me. We eat together, play together. When I got the information about her rescue, I can't believe it.
It was an emotional moment at the family of Omar Farouk, who was abducted 5 years ago. And it was indeed a sight to behold as one of our reporters tried to fraternize with Omar Farouk in Igbo language.
A syndicate perpetuating this heinous act was busted, and 8 suspects that specialize in kidnapping, concealment, and keeping in confinement kidnapped persons, buying and selling of minors or children, and trafficking in persons were tracked and arrested.
The Kano State House for Assembly has called to the state government to launch full investigation into the issue. So the remaining children will be rescued and prosecute the suspect.
Meanwhile, Kano State government decided to constitute a committee that will investigate the case of the abduction and ensure justice prevails.
Just appreciate the police for reuniting those children with their families. Now, like the Holy Book says, the poor will not cease in our midst. Also, will the people living with disabilities remain with us? Talking about people living with disabilities, are you aware that people who cannot hear but can talk? Yes, there are. Annie Daniels recently attended an event organized by a cross-section of deaf and dumb people and reports that lending them your ears and being a little patient with them is all that is required to live out their dreams.
Arriving the venue of the event and wanting to get acquainted with the day's program, I approached some of these people with speech and hearing impairments. Just one question, and because they didn't understand me, I stood still as they talked to me in a sign language, a language I do not understand. Finally, I got a sign language interpreter who brought me up to speed with the sense of the event.
If you are talking of banking all now, no interpreter. Whenever I need anything, and some they lack patience.
The illness affecting me affected primarily my oral cavities. Doctors are just treating me with trials and errors because of a communication problem. They plug out my one tooth on the same problem, and I kept going to hospital from one doctor to another for 2 years. Finally, this year I went to him. When I was there, they said they are going to remove additional tooth. How many teeth are you going to remove before you have this problem? To turn me to a catafuru.
Olubukola Fakunle says Soko came away after she met a medical doctor who understood sign language.
Within 1 week of taking drugs recommended, as changes, visibly changes, I could speak, I could eat.
This hall, though full to capacity, remained quiet, and that is because virtually everybody here is deaf and dumb. Then I saw this. Without hesitation, I engaged them in discussion.
My mom and my dad taught me that when I was a baby 1 year ago, 7 months, because of my mom is deaf and dumb. They teach me ABC and I get to know it.
Back to the plight of the deaf and dumb.
When I'm going to from Egbeda, the people who take bus, I look at them out, not catch what they are saying. But time are running, everybody are rushing car. Why will I be standing there? I will just enter anyone. I will follow them. Wherever they carry me, I will get down at that bus. Then be asking how people are going. So this way I'm going, yo. How do I get there? You are past where you are going. Oh, go to this place. Go back to this place. So that is me who can speak now. Deaf who cannot speak at all. How do they go?
They prefer solutions.
Everyone should be taught that sign language is also a language. Like English and Yoruba and Hausa and Igbo. Let them learn too, so that everywhere our people will feel loved and cared for.
Wondering what this is all about? It is a special dance to welcome the First Lady of Lagos State, Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, for coming to hear them and perhaps take their message to concerned authorities. All this category of people say the need is adequate attention, communication and empowerment to live out their dreams.
That was an eye-opener. A little patience is all we need to communicate with deaf and dumb people. Moving on, what can be more heartbreaking for a teen who loves to go to school but cannot due to challenges beyond family's control? And to twist the knife in the battered heart, a demolition notice was served her family. They are on the verge of losing their modest abode. Jennifer Igwe will complete this pathetic story from Magodo, Lagos, where a building that collapsed on Saturday last week claimed several lives.
Chatting with 14-year-old Anu Balogun, I had to hold back my tears. Her aura was endearing in spite of the sad look in her eyes. I had to ask her grandmother for her bank account and promised to send some money so she can buy Anu a new dress, shoes, school bag and books. My plan was to put a smile on her face and give her something to be excited about, even if it was just for one day. Anu thanked me, smiled, and looked away. Then she said, "Auntie, I don't go to school." "Why?" I asked. She didn't reply, but just looked down at her leg. It was a non-verbal reminder of her plight. Anu's pathetic story started after a drastic accident when she was 12 years old.
One Saturday, we are sitting down, so we don't know that trailer is coming, and then the trailer jammed us. There are plenty. The person that I'm staying with, the person in hand break. Me, I break. His sister dead, but I thank God that I'm alive now.
Although Anu survived the harrowing incident, the accident left her with an injury that kept her in and out of hospitals. Eventually, the doctors recommended amputation. But her 70-year-old grandmother, Ayoka Adekeja, would not hear of it. She asked Anu's father to relocate her granddaughter to her residence so they can opt for traditional medicine. Madam Adekeja said with the local remedy, Anu was making progress until she ran out of money.
If Baba no get anything, no get work, we no get anything. No get since when the Baba never been in thank you. Give me say make give am sweet. At the buy medicine, the buy better person where they do like. But the money if I don't finish am, but no money no dey, and the man will stop.
I feel sad, but I used to pray to God that if God give my grandma money, the person that is helping me to do it, he said that if you will see money, you will help me to do it.
Anu, whose mother died when she was a child, has not been to school for 2 years now and lives in pain. In spite of her suffering and condition, she is still optimistic and has a dream of becoming a nurse.
I want to be a nurse because the thing that the stubbornness that my house have seen, and I wanted to help my grandmother.
Anu's pain and that of her aged grandmother are now compounded by a notice of demolition served them by state officials. Their modest abode and that of many others have been marked for demolition. This move by the state government comes on the heels of a building that caved in from what can be described as a hill and collapsed on a bungalow on the lower end of the elevation, killing 4. That valley area is Anu's neighborhood.
Government make now help me, make it not break my house. I don't do my house by don't die. Year 2007. No, my begin they no get money to establish market to do work. See my shop, nothing they there. Now just see the manage the pepper to eat it. So I beg God, make it God help me, make it government help me to help me make all the leave me here. Because if they take nothing where I go. I don't get power to work before. Make you help me, I beg you. I beg you. I know fighting.
Residents who have been served the demolition notice have proof of tenement rates they claim they pay yearly to the state government. The question on the lips of many is this: is the demolition of the abodes of these poor people the